This is where it's fun. Eating the fruit's fun too, but cutting it, the juiciness, the freshness in it, really enjoy it. So first one we're going to start with is an orange. Basically you're going to cut fruit one of two ways. You're either going to cut it down the middle so it crosses the axis, or you're going to cut it right through the axis. And for oranges, the best way to cut these is right down the middle. It's interesting because for apples, it's actually just the opposite. The best thing is to cut them right down the middle. So that's why you basically have two ways of cutting fruit. A couple of fruit we'll show in another episode of it's a little more specific for makes it more enjoyable, get more of the meat out of the fruit. But basically you cut either through the axis or you cut down the middle of the axis. So let's do the orange first. Now, because the orange is a thick skin, you might need to saw it too, and that's why I like the serrated edge, because boy, I tell you, when it comes to the serrated edge, nothing's stopping it. But if you got one of these Santoku knives, they're sharp, they cut through pretty nice too. I'm gonna go use this one. So you cut it down the middle, and the beauty of this is when you cut it down the middle, it just opens up everything to real juices instead of having the long pieces that have the skin all around it. And then you cut it to thirds, so it's bite size. So I go at an angle, a third, and a third. Nice and juicy. Love these things. And then at an angle, right, third and third. See? Look at that. Alright, so now our apple. Now our apple, you can't use the serrated edge because the serrated edge, it goes doesn't go straight. You need to go straight with an apple. So we're going to use this Santoku knife again. And I find that if you cut it from the bottom, I'm at the top, if you cut it from the bottom, you get a better, straighter cut on this. So I can put it on there. I basically try to get it stable right through the middle, hold it over like this. See here, we're going like this, and you just cut it right through the axis there. Bam! And then you got the inside, and you just continue the same way. Cut them into quarters like that. And then once you got them into quarters, we just might as well just keep on rolling here. Good looking apple. Then you cut out the middle. A smaller knife might work. Let's just do that. Let's use a smaller knife. Let's use a smaller Santoku knife here, right? So you go in, you're just basically cutting the pit out here, and then you cut it in half, and there's your bite-sized pieces. Continue on with another one. This one, grab underneath there, along the pitch, flip it around. Nothing there. Start here, come on down. Oops, didn't make it. Got to go back a little deeper, and then cut like this. Yeah, let's see here. Here's one with a stem in it. So this is both sides. You got to get them out. So you start with the stem and come underneath it, and then go down on the pit part. And here, this part, you got to come underneath it there, and then go down on the pit part. I didn't go deep enough here. So yeah, there you go. Split it, and we're good to go. Next, show you how to eat these things.